What is up? It is Red, the rideshare ginger, coming back at you right now. Not driving for rideshare right now, or probably at all today. I am actually heading into class here in the next 10 minutes. It's 8:50 on Tuesday. I just pulled into Rockford from Elgin, and I take classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so that is what I am heading to do right now. But I did want to pop in and get a quick video in. I got some videos coming your way about a few different things. Me holding some surge, Thanksgiving week, Michigan trip that I had, and a few different things. But just want to pop in, talk a little bit about what I've been doing the last couple of weeks and the way things have been going for me. I think last time I was on, I talked about limited surge or limited select rides that I've been doing, and that's kind of still the case right now. Just not a whole lot out there. I'll give you an evaluation of my exact numbers, but it's looking at right about 5 to 10% of my rides. But I'm also not chasing select. Like I've always said, I will never chase the select rides unless I see a way about it that makes a lot of sense. And that week where I chased select, it just wasn't a great week, and I wasn't finding anything in any specific area. Not to say that you can't chase select, that's just not my strategy, not the way I work. What I've been doing the last couple of weeks, or not even the last couple of weeks, what I started last week and going into this week is I am trying to go out when I can and make $100 and then call it a day, or maybe work a little bit extra, but it's the $100 goal and then call it a day at that point. So, and I try to get out once or twice per day. So I will go out in the mornings, try to knock out $100 as quickly as possible, and then get home. Like yesterday, I didn't quite hit the $100. I got to 88 after 3.5 hours. I was close to home. I said, screw it. Or I wasn't close to home. I had to make it to a practice, and I said, screw it, let's just get home. It's all about that work-life balance, and I needed to get a workout in before I got to practice, so it was time to get out of there and get home at that point. But 88 is close to that 100. To where the Monday before that, I did 110 in about 3.5 hours. I was 10 minutes from home, and I said, screw it, I'm heading home. But that's what's been working for me, is getting in and out, trying to do $100 once or twice a day. And last week I did $800 in about 30 hours of work. In-app time, it technically was like 26, but it was a true 30 hours that I did to hit that $800. So that's kind of what I've been doing and what's been somewhat working for me, at least last week. $800 for 30 hours, that's solid for me. My minimum number for the week that I need to hit to kind of survive and live is $800. I would like to be closer to that $1,000 mark, but I decided to take some time spending with my girlfriend on Sunday night rather than going out and working and hitting that extra $200. But that's what it's about. That's what this job's about, is you have the flexibility. You can kind of do what you want as long as you balance it out and hit what you need to hit to stay afloat and continue to survive. So I'm never going to tell you, oh no, don't go do this, don't go do that. It's all about what works for you and your schedule, and as long as you're hitting the money you need to hit and you're keeping your family happy, then that's what I'm gonna tell you to do. But so I've actually gone away from hitting early mornings, and I'm still doing decent. I need to get back out there and start doing early mornings. I'm just kind of a lazy ass. Yesterday I set the alarm for 2:45 to get out by 3:30, go catch a couple of Naperville runs. And I woke up at 2:45, went to the bathroom, said, screw this, went back to sleep, ended up getting up at 8. Still hit 88 in 3.5 hours. Nothing to complain about, but it would be nice to get out at 2:45, 3:30 in the morning, catch a couple of select runs out of Naperville, and be at $100 in 2 hours. That would be much more not much more enjoyable, just would be a lot quicker to knock those out, and I'd probably still continue driving and maybe hit 150 to 200 in the morning. So need to stop being lazy and get out in those early mornings. But part of the reason I had to talk myself into going back to sleep is there was the $17 CTs, or consecutive trips, in downtown Chicago for the morning, which my assumption after talking with a few other people was that most drivers are going to go chase those CTs and they'd be out of city time, and we could hit the airports at night. That was not the case last night. I got out for the second time at about 9:30 to go knock out $100 at that point, and airports were not busy, but they weren't really surging like they usually do. There's not much prime time, at least when I was out. I don't know what happened after 11. I was home by 11, but there wasn't anything between 9:30 and 11:30 for the most part. And I ended my night early just because having a little bit of a sight issue. Right eye got a little blurry. I think it was just contact issue. I think I'm all good, but we'll see. But during that time, it was a great start to the night. Grabbed a ride at 9:30. took me to downtown, got $17, and then caught a ride right back to Niles for $23. And I was 10 minutes from the airport, ready to start running it again. The way I look at my $100 when I'm working the night side is I plan on 4 hours to make that $100. And the way I look at that is one trip downtown, normally right around $25, a little bit more if you get a nice tip, but I plan on $25 and about 25 to 30 minutes for picking up and getting that passenger downtown, and then about 25 to 30 minutes back. There's my 1 hour. It's gonna take 4 hours to knock out $100, including the round trip back to get home from there. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you just catch a select ride, you get a high surge, something, and you can knock it out a little bit quicker, but that's the way I plan it out. I don't plan on the rides back, but last night that's what I caught. I caught a ride back from Niles, or ride back to Niles that put me at $40 after the first hour and 15 minutes, so I was gonna be on pace to probably knock that out in 2.5, 3 hours instead of 4 hours in total, which would have been great, but once I started having a little bit of blurry vision and there wasn't a whole lot going on at the airport, I'm like, it's not worth it to stay out. Let's get back home right now and just play it safe. So I went home, no driving today. I may, depending on how I'm feeling, I got class 6 to 9 o'clock tonight. So I have a morning class and then a night class from 6 to 9 p.m. And then it's 30 minutes back just to Elgin. So earliest I'd start driving is like 10 to 10:15 out at the airports. If it's popping and it's a lot of PT, then yeah, sure, I'll go ahead and hit the airports. But if that's not the case, I'm probably not going to drive tonight. We'll get out. I won't do 2:45 on a Wednesday. I just don't think it's worth it for me to get up that early. Mornings are okay on Wednesdays. I'll see what my CTs are. I think they're 12:50, and that's just not worth it for me to try to get downtown super early by 6 a.m. and deal with traffic and whatnot. So I'll probably get started about 10:30 tomorrow, and then work that into about 3:34, and then try to get back out at night for a few more trips. And then this is my last week of both Tuesday, Thursday classes, so the next week I have just my Tuesday classes for finals and then nothing on Thursday, so my work schedule is going to change a little bit, and then the following week no classes at all for the next month. So we'll see. I should be able to get a little more work in and maybe be a little more productive with everything else outside of that. I'm currently finishing up my personal training certification, so that'll be done soon, and that'll change things again for me. So life is kind of ever changing, but that's kind of the beauty of this business. Do what you want, kind of make things work. It's a flexible schedule, and I was re-energized yesterday morning just kind of thinking about, shoot, I got to sleep till 8 a.m. because I wanted to, and I still went out and made my money. That makes this job beautiful, and you can go make your money on your own terms, on your own time, whenever you want to, and no one's gonna sit there and try to stop you from doing it. So overall, just be happy with what you're doing. Go out and make that money, and I will speak a little bit later on those few other topics I was talking about, and I'll try to get back at you a little bit quicker. But until then, thanks for watching, and make sure you check out Trent and Gio's channel. Links are still in the description. Thanks.